Alright, so we're going to begin with our strip of paper, and the first time we're going to do it so that we get the obvious answer. So here's our strip of paper. It's just a normal strip. We're going to connect it so that it makes a ring, just like how when you were a child you made a chain. We do need to make sure that we run the tape completely across. This is not a magic trick, but if we don't run the tape completely across, it will not simulate the thing being completely sealed, and it will affect our answer. Okay, so here's our ring. Now the obvious answer is if I cut it in half this way, I'm going to get two pieces. And in this case, that's exactly what's going to happen. So we're going to take our scissors, and we're going to cut this in half. And we're going to get our obvious answer. Okay, here's our obvious answer. We've got our two pieces. Now the reason that that happens is that when you have a ring like this, it has two dimensions to it. It actually has three, but in this case we're looking at it in two dimensions. If I take my finger on the outside and I continue to run it around, it always stays on the outside of the ring. And if I put my finger on the inside and run it completely around the inside, that's exactly where it stays. It doesn't switch, it stays put. Okay, now we're going to take a second sheet of paper, but this time instead of making the ring, we're going to put a single twist in it. So we'll take one of the sides and we twist it around. So now the shape looks like this. Okay, now this is going to do something different. Again, I'm going to tape this so that it's completely shut. Now here's what's going to be different about this. When we looked at the other ring, if we ran our finger around, it was either completely on the outside or completely on the inside. But in this case, if I start and I run my finger on the outside, there comes a point where it flips and goes to the inside, and then when I hit that turn again, it flips and comes back to the outside. So even though this looks like it has two dimensions, just like the round ring, it really only has one. And that means something different is going to happen when we cut it in half. So let's do that so that you can see what's going on with that one. I'm going to get my cut started here. All right, here we go. And we're going to cut it in half just like what we did with the first one. Okay, we complete the cut, and here's what happened this time. Okay, it does not separate. And again, I said the mathematical reason why it doesn't separate is this only has one dimension and not two. And because it has one dimension, it cannot be separated. If you continue to try to cut it this way, it would still not separate. The ring would just get larger and larger and larger. So this is an example of where another thing where the obvious answer is not the correct one.